formula. Tan theta, I should start with tan 60 minus theta. Basically, three angles with having difference multiplied with tan of theta to tan of 60 plus theta. Basically, there are these three angles having the tangents have difference of 60. We have discussed sequence and series chapter, and we know what is common difference, where common difference is of 60. And their answer will be, their result will be tan of thrice of theta. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Tan 3 theta. Okay. Similarly, there are also formulas for sine. Sine of 60 minus theta. Sine of theta. These all three terms are multiplication product. 60 plus theta, which gives us sine of 3 theta. Cosine of 60 minus, one thing I have missed. 4 times of sine of 3 theta. Sorry. Not 4 times. It's actually the 4 parts of sine 3 theta. Cos 60 minus theta, cos theta, cos 60 plus theta equals to cos of 3 theta divided by 4. And as you know, if we divide the equation number 1 and equation number 2, then tan of 60 minus theta, tan 60 plus theta will be the outcome in the left hand side. And on the right hand side, sine 3 theta by 4 divided by cos 3 theta by 4 will give us tan 3 theta. That's why tan 3 theta do not have any 4. So this is the logic you can use. This is the logic you can use to remember why there is nothing with tan. Okay. So are there any questions? Let me give you an example. How this formula works. Let's say sine of 10, sine of 70, sine of 130 is written. Okay. Now, by just observing this, and also let's say sine of 90 is also there. By observing these three terms, we know the angle difference here is 60 degree. Like 10, this can be written as 70 minus 60, and this is 70, and this is 70 plus 60. Actually, why? Because we got to know that there is an angle difference of 60 degrees here. So let's consider this as theta. This is 60 minus theta. Sorry, 60 minus theta minus 60, and here theta plus 60. So this is kind of ulta. Whether I have a doubt here that if you have, like here we have a variation, we have theta minus 60. So if that is the case, then you have to be mindful for using this formula, that this can also be a theta minus 60 or 60 minus theta. The point is the difference, the common difference has to be of 60. That is the thing. Let's see what is the common difference here of 60 of 60. So basically three angles having difference of 60, there this formula can be used. And what about this term? We know sine 90 is what? Sine 90 is what? Sine 90 degrees. Anyone? Come on, it's 1. So we know it's anything gets multiplied with 1, the resultant will be the same. Now theta is 70 here. Sine of 3 of 70 degrees. That becomes sine of 210. Okay, great. Now let's find out sine of 210 degrees. This is simply can be written as sine 180 plus 30. We know on 180, no trigonometric ratio changes. So sine will be the answer, sine of 30. And let's find out whether sine is positive, or negative on 210. So 210 lies in the third quadrant. Yes. And after school to college means tangent and cotangent will be positive here, not the sign. So here will be a negative sign. Minus of 1/2 is our answer. Are there any questions? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. So this is how the questions will be asked. There are some other important formulas as well. Let's write them. Sine square A minus sine square of B is equal to sine of A plus B multiplied with sine of A minus B. Here A and B are depicting angles. Let's take an example. Okay. So let's say we have been asked about sine square of 45 minus sine square of 15 degrees. These are degrees. So what will we do? We can simply, if we have to like solve for this, then we'll have to know what's the value of sine 15. Fortunately, we know, but what if there is some angle for which trigonometric ratio we do not know the value, but we know the value of a plus b and a minus b. So I'll simply can write it as sine of 45 plus 15, that is 16 degrees, into sine of 45 minus 15, that is 30 degrees. Sine of 60 is what? Sine of 60 degrees is what? Anyone? No? Please respond, yaar, in
One,
the class. Root 3/2. What about sine 30?
1/2, sir.
Yes. Root 3/4 is the answer. So this is how we can use. Let's now move ahead. There are some useful series. First series of is of sine. So like the angle is following kind of a arithmetic progression with common difference of beta. First, let's say the sine alpha, then sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta plus dot 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 will go on. The nth term will be, sine of alpha plus n minus 1 to beta. That is the nth term. We know in the AP, A plus n minus 1 into d, which is a beta here. So this is the series of angles like following arithmetic progression. But this whole series is not in AP. Actually, the angles are only because there sign is existing here. So we cannot say the whole series is in AP. But if we observe only angles, these angles are following an arithmetic progression. So their answer will be given by this formula. Sine of n of beta divided by 2, further divided by sine of half of beta, multiplied with sine of alpha plus n minus 1 half into beta. This is important. And using somewhat the same analogy, we can also remember for the cosine. Cos of alpha plus beta, cos of alpha plus 2 beta this time. Similarly, the nth term will be cos of alpha plus n minus 1 into beta. And this will be given by same formula, almost the same formula. Cosine of n of beta divided by 2 divided by cos of half of beta multiplied with cosine of alpha plus n minus 1 divided by 2 to beta. Now, simply here is a trick that you are replacing sine with cosine, but you have to take care of one thing, which is that you don't have to replace the sine with cosine in this term. So here cosine will not be used. Cosine will not be used. Here the same sine will be used. And the sine, this wala sign will be changed. What is changed here is this wala sign. This is the only change. And how we can remember the left hand side? Simply, this is the angles are following an arithmetic progression, and the common difference is beta. And the first term is alpha, and there the sign is taken and the sum is done. Thereafter, the formula comes out as sine of n beta by 2 divided by sine of beta by 2 multiplied with respective trigonometric ratios sine or cosine. Then alpha plus n minus 1 divided by 2 into beta. It is somewhat the same. Now we are talking about how to learn it. We are not talking about the concept, how to cram it basically. So here we know this is the nth term. And this is also somewhat the nth term. And this is somewhat also same as the nth term. The only difference is the 2 here. So you have to note this point only. And sine of n beta by 2, sine of beta by 2 is common in both of the formulas. I hope that is clear. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Let's now take an example. अभी नहीं मिल रहा. Let's do it later on. There are some other formulas as well. So when we discussed about the angles, there were here the angles were in GP. AP, sorry, arithmetic progression. Let's now discuss when angles are in AP. Sorry, GP. So cosine of alpha multiplied with cosine of 2 alpha. Angles are getting double. Cosine of 2 into 2 becomes 2 square alpha. Similarly, the nth term will be cosine of 2 raised power n minus of 1 into alpha. That is the nth term. And its answer will be sine of 2 raised power n alpha divided by 2 raised power sine into sine of alpha. Let me write it properly. Sine of alpha, and this was the angle of sine. Let's take an example. Cosine of 30 degrees, cosine of 60 degrees, cosine of 120 degrees, cosine of 240 degrees, dot, up to 8 terms. This is what we need to find out. So here one thing is very clear to us, that the n is of 8 and alpha is 30 degrees. And the common difference here, we know, like, sorry, the common ratio is 2. So our formula will be applicable here. Sine of 2 raised power n which is 8 into alpha. Alpha is what? 30 degrees. Divided by 2 raised power n which is 8 to sine of alpha which is 30 degrees. Sine of 2 raised power 8 is what? So 2 raised power 8, we can write it as 2 raised power 4 into 2 raised power 4, which is 16 into 16 into 30 degrees, divided by 2 raised power 8 is 16 into 16, because 2 raised power 8 can be written as 2 raised power 4 plus 4. That is 2 raised power 8 is 2 raised power 4 plus 4. That can be written as 2 raised power 4 into 2 raised power 4. 2 raised power 4 is 16, 256. So into sine 30. Sine 30 is half. Okay. Sine of, we'll talk about it later. Sine in 16 into 8. That's the denominator. Now let's talk about the numerator part. Sine of 16 into 16 into 30. Now we need to understand one thing, that after every cycle of 360, like 360 degrees equivalent to 0. So 360 into 2 will be 720, and that will be also 0. 360 into 3. 360 into 3, 1080 will also be 0 degree. So similarly, 360 degree into any integer is equivalent to 0 degree. Now, if that is clear, so we have one understanding, that any integral multiple of 360 degrees is equivalent to 0. So if I should say 1080, plus 30 degree. So if this is equivalent to 0, then we can write it as this is equivalent to 30 degrees, which is if we sum both of these, then it will become 1110 degrees is equivalent to 30 degrees. Is that clear? Because after every 360 degree, a cycle is completed. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here, as we were discussing about 16 into 16 into 30. Let's see whether this is a integral multiple of 360 or not. So let's check. 3 cancels 36 by 12. 4 3 are 12. 4 4 are 16. No, this is not 64 divided by 3. 6 plus 4 is 7. 7 which is not divisible by 3. So 64 is also not divisible by 3. So no, it's not a multiple of 360. So we'll have to solve for it. Okay, so 16 into 16 into 30 degree angle that we were discussing about. So this becomes 16 into 3 becomes 48, 480 degrees. Now 16 into 480. Now let's do one witty thing. Okay. 480 can be written as 360 plus 120 degrees. We know any multiple integral multiple of 360 will equivalent to plus 16 into 120 degrees. We know this is equivalent to 0. So 0 into 16 is also 0. 16 into 120 is what? 16 into 120. 12 6 are 72. 12 1 is 12, 12 7, 19. So another 0 is there, 1920. We know 1080 degrees is 0, or let's say 360 into 4. Then that becomes 2 carries 4 1440. 360 into 5 becomes 1800. So we know 1800 plus 120 can be, it can be 1920 degrees can be represented as 1800 plus 120 degrees. This is integral multiple of 360. So this is becomes 0. So actually that angle comes out to be sine of 120 degrees. Basically what we have done is that we have to represent any bigger angle. If there is a bigger angle, then we have to represent it as the integral. N is the integral multiply of 360 degrees plus whatever the remaining is. So the angle can be written as x degrees. Because integral multiple of 360 degrees is 0. Also 360 degrees, if we are talking in terms of radians, then it is 2 pi plus x, then it is equal to x radian. Whatever it is remaining is. Clear? So this is a basic concept, which is very handy. So is that clear how sine of 120 degrees will be written here? Hello, hello. Any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. Then simply this is our answer. 8 6 are 48, 4 carries 120. Any questions in this example? So here the angle was in GP, and earlier our angles were in AP. Are there any questions? Please observe the formula and try to remember them. Shall we proceed? Okay. So next comes an observation. An observation when we discuss about a term like this. A sine theta plus B cos theta equal to C. Here A is an integer, real number. B, not an integer, but actually a real number. B is also a real number. C is also a real number. These two angles are equal, theta. Theta is representing same angle. Now, when everything is changed. Let's see. Now the coefficient of sine theta has become B. The plus sign earlier has become minus. And the coefficient of cos theta has become A. Then the result will become A square plus B square minus of C square whole square. What actually I have done? The coefficients of sine and cosine are interchanged. And what are the thing? The sum has become into the difference, and the difference will interchange with sum. So let's take more examples. If it is written like that, A cos theta minus B sine theta, if this is given as C, then also let's change the coefficient of cos theta. Let's change the plus sign with let's change the minus sign with plus. Let's change the coefficient of sine theta. Now its result will be same, a square plus b square minus of c square. Let's take some other example. Let's say if a cos theta plus b sin theta is given as equal to c, then also if we change the coefficient of sine and cosine theta and we change the sign, then also the result will be a square plus b square minus of c square whole square whole square root. One more contingency is there, like if say if instead of plus there is minus, if sine theta minus b cos theta is equals to c, then a, sorry, should write b cos theta sorry, I have done a mistake. Sine theta and no. Yes, I have done a mistake here. That the sine theta's coefficient will be changed. Sine theta will coefficient will become b, minus will become the plus, and cos theta's coefficient will be a. So a cos theta plus b sine theta is equal to also a square plus b square minus c square. This is how. Basically, this is the concept. And the right hand side will be a square plus b square minus c square. Observe, and this is very easy to remember. Please keep observing. Let me rearrange it for you. Better distinguish the patterns. See, a sine theta plus b cos theta, if it is given as c, then if you interchange the coefficient of sine with cos and you change the plus sign with minus or the minus sign with plus, then the right hand side will be changing from c to square root of a square plus b square minus of c square. That is the basic. And that's happening in all of the cases below. Let's take an example. Three sine theta plus 4 cos theta. If that is given as 5, then find out 4 sine theta minus of 3 cos theta. Now in the question, it is sure that the coefficient of sine and cos are changed and the Sign is changed. Sign is reversed. The sum has become the difference. Okay. So the right hand side will be what? Square root of a square plus b square minus of c square. A and b are basically the coefficients of sine and cos. Okay. Then which are they? 3 and 4. 3 square plus 4 square minus c square is what? C is basically the right hand side of the given condition, which is 5. 5 squared. Let's find out. 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. 5 square is 25. 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 minus 25, which is 0, which is our answer. And let me tell you the long method, then you will respect this trick, I guess. So let's now take the question on the next slide. Here's your question. So if this is the given information that we have, all given information. So what we need to do here, first we need to convert. First we need to convert the cosine into sine. And we can do so by writing 90 minus theta. Sine of 90 minus theta is cosine only. Or one more thing is there which we can use. Or we can write, we know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is this. So we can do this also. We can make the use of our knowledge. We can write square root of 1 minus sine square of theta. Why? Why I have done this? Because I am looking at sine theta as a variable here, which can help us in solving this question. So actually what I'll do, instead of writing sine theta again and again, I'll let k as sine theta. Now I have a quadratic equation with me. And I'll square both sides and then solve it. 4 into 1 minus k square can be written as 5 minus 3k. I'll square the both of the sides. On squaring both sides, 4 square into 1 minus k square is equals to a square plus b square minus 30k. So I'll have to solve this quadratic equation, which will take my lot of time. Let's bring everything on the right hand side. 9k square plus 16k square, 25k square, and minus 30k plus 25 minus 16 is 9. Yes, 9. Okay. Now this is the quadratic equation. I'll have to solve it for finding out the value of k. What is k? K is sine theta. Once we'll solve for sine theta, and then we'll find the cos theta. Cos theta is what? 1 square root of 1 minus sine square theta. Okay. So let's now think for the roots. Let's use the Sridharacharya formula, which is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. What is b here? Minus of 30 minus minus plus 900 minus 4 into ac, which is 25 into 9. 4 into 25 is 100. 100 into 9 is 900. 900 minus 900 is 0 divided by 2a. 2a is what? 25. So 30 by 50, which is 3 by 5. So here the k is 3 by 5, which is actually the sine theta. what will be the cos theta, which is 1 minus sine square of theta, which is square root of 1 minus 3 square, that is 9, 5 square, that is 25, 25 minus 9 divided by 25, 25 minus 9 is 16 divided by 25, which will give us 4 by 5. So we now have the value of sine theta and cos theta. Sine theta is 3 by 5, cos theta is 4 by 5. So as per the question, in the questions we have asked for what? For 4 of sine theta is 3 by 5 minus 3 into cos theta, which is 4 by 5. We'll take the LCM 5, 4 3 is 12, minus 12 0. So this is how long time will be needed to solve this question. Other than this, if we use these formulas, these basic observation, then we'll be able to solve them very quickly. Just we'll see and we'll be able to solve those questions. Please read. Are there any doubts in the example? Any doubts, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Now re-revise this and observe the pattern here. If you feel any, if there are any questions, then ask. Observe. Clear? Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is how like observations and formulas can help us by solving those questions easily. And same it goes for other formulas also. Of like if we remember the value of 15 degrees, 18 degrees, and 36 degrees for every trigonometric ratio, sine, cos, and tan, that will be helping us in solving the questions very easily by taking assumptions as per our convenience. Otherwise, we'll have to go by the conventional method, which takes long time. Okay. So the next, once again, it's an important observation. That is, if there are two angles having, if there are two angles and whose sum is 90 degree, tan of theta 1 into tan of theta 2, then their answer will be 1. When and only when theta 1 and theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Another way to put it, that theta 2 is equals to 90 minus theta 1. So another way to write it as tan of A into tan of 90 minus A. Tan of A into tan of 90 minus A. This is another way to write it as tan of 90 into tan of 90 minus A. Simple. We know tan of 90 minus A is cot. So not 90. Tan of A into tan of 90 minus A. We know tan of 90 minus A is actually cot of A. We know tan cot of A is 1 by tan of A, which is actually 1. So this is how the formula is proved and even derived. What we need to remember, whenever there is the product of given two tangents whose angle sum is equal, whose angle sum is equal to 90, then their product will be 1. Shall we take an example? Let's do it. Tan of 1 degree multiplied with tan of 2 degrees, tan of 3 degrees. This is not x, this is degrees. So let me replace. This is actually the multiple sign. Na? Tan of 3 degrees, tan of 4 degrees, tan of 5 degrees. Similarly, going, getting multiplied till tan of 89 degrees. You have to find out the product. Now we need to observe. So before tan 89, the term will be tan of 88. Before tan of 88 degree, the term will be tan of 87 degrees, tan of 86 degrees, and so on and so forth. Right. Now let's observe one thing, that 1 plus 89 is what? 1 plus 89 degrees is equal to what? Hello, is anyone awake? 1 plus 89 is what? 90. Right? So 1 plus 89 is why 90. So tan 1 degree into 89 is 1. Tan of 2 into tan of 88 is 1. Tan of 3 into tan of 87 degrees is 1. So similarly, there will be pairs made. Tan of 1 and tan of 89 is 1. So if 1 is getting multiplied with any other thing, then it just doesn't matter. The other term matters. So this becomes 1. Tan of 2 and tan of 88 becomes 1. Tan of 3 and tan of 87 becomes 1. So from 189 and 288, 387, this will all these terms will make pairs except one. Which one? 45 will not be paired with any other term because there is only one term having 45 degrees. So everything else will be cancelled. The middle term, which is tan of 45 degrees, will be left. So 1 into tan of 45 will be your answer. Now we know tan of 45 degrees is also 1. So our final answer will be 1. Are there any doubts? Okay, so let's now proceed and practice some questions. We'll have a break on 0920 p.m. but only if you guys are attentive in the class. Then only the break will be given. Otherwise, next question is, if it is given that cosec theta plus cot theta is 6 and you have to find out tan of theta. This is the question. Do anyone know how to solve it? Okay, let me help you in this question. I'll be asking your questions method to solve in the upcoming questions. So here, heed carefully. We have learned a formula when where cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. So from there we have derived that cosec theta minus cot theta is equals to 1 by cosec theta plus cot theta, right? So here it is given as 1 by 6. So what we can say is that cosec theta minus cot theta is 1 by cosec theta plus cot theta, which is 6. So from using the second and the first equation, we can find out the value of cosec theta and cot theta. Okay. So let's now sum both of the equations on adding first and second equation. Cosec theta plus cosec theta will become 2 cosec theta plus cot theta and minus cot theta will be cancelled. And on the right hand side, 6 plus 1 by 6. Okay. And 6 plus 1 by 6 has become 36 plus 1, 37 by 6 is equals to cosec theta. Let's bring the 2 on the left hand side, dividing it by 2. So it will become cosec theta becomes 37 divided by 12. Okay. We know cosec theta is 1 by sine theta. So let's write here 1 by sine theta. On cross multiplying, we'll get 12 upon 37 is equals to sine theta. That is the value of sine theta. We have to find out the value of tan theta. Okay. We know one thing, that tan theta is what? Cos theta by sine theta. Sorry. Sine theta divided by cos theta. We have the value of sine theta. For cos theta, we'll find out using the value of sine theta. Now, there are two methods to find for it. One is to go by the formula. Cos theta is 1 by sine square theta. And then we can find it. Otherwise, there's a triangle formula, which I prefer. So simply, sine theta is given as 12 by 37. So which is actually can be written as Sine theta is perpendicular upon base. So let's draw a right angle triangle whose angle is given as 37 degrees. Perpendicular is this, which is 12 by. Base is this, which is 37. Sorry, the angle is theta here, not 37. My bad. Okay, so here 12, 37. What we need to find out? Tan of theta. Arey yaar, I made one more mistake. Sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Pandit Badri Prasad upon Har Har Bole. So Pandit upon Har Har Bole. H. So this is hypotenuse is this one. No, this one. This is actually the base. And we need to find out tan theta, which is perpendicular upon base. Base we need to find out. So we'll use the Pythagoras theorem here. 37 square is equals to base square plus 12 square. 37 square minus 12 square, which is 144 base square. 37 square is 37 into 37. 7 7s are 49. 4 carries. 7 3s are 21. 7 3s are 21. 21 21 42. 42 4 46. 4 carries. 4 carries once again. 3 3s are 9. 9 4 30. So 1369. Okay, let's solve it. 9 minus 4, 5. 6 minus 4, 2. 13 minus 1, 12. To b square. Now we know 35 whole square is this only. So the b square is 35 whole square. So b becomes 35. This comes out as 35. Tan theta will be 12 by 35. Which is our answer. Okay. Here 12 by 35 will be using this method where we have drawn a triangle. Otherwise, using this method also we could have find it out. Sine theta is 12 by 37 divided by 1 divided by square root of 1 minus 12 square divided by 37. Using this method, we can also find out. Please read the example. If there are any doubts, ask. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so the next question is for you. The next question is very simple. It is 3 sine theta plus 5 cos theta. It is given as equal to 5. And you have to find out 5 of sine theta minus 3 of cos theta plus 1. Amazing. Try solving this question. Easy. This is easy. Let me give you a hint. You know the value of this. After finding out the value of this much, add 1. Just tell me how this question will be solved and I'll solve it for you on the whiteboard, on the blackboard. Any idea? Any, is this question related to any concept that we have discussed today? It is. It is related. A sine theta plus B cos theta is equals to C. What we need to find out now is that B sine theta minus of A cos theta plus 1. So we'll simply, like, we know this answer is if the coefficient of sine theta and cos theta are changed and the plus sign is interchanged with minus is interchanged with plus, then we'll simply this answer, its answer will be square root of a square plus b square minus of c square. A is what? 3, b is what? 5, c is what? C is what? 5. Okay, square root of a square, sorry, minus of 5 square plus 1 plus 1. Okay, cancel. 3 square is 3. 3 square whole square. 3 squares square root is 3 plus 1, which is our answer 4. Concept used is this. This is the concept. Are there any doubts? Great. Then let's move ahead with our next question. And for next question, I would like to ask a question from you. That what is a cyclic quadrilateral? So let me tell you, it is very simple. What is simple? That there is any circle and the quadrilateral that is there, the quadrilateral that is there inside the circle. All the edges, all the vertices are there on it, on the circumference of the circle. Here, all the edges, sorry, all the vertices are there on the circumference of the circle. this quadrilateral will be known as a cyclic quadrilateral. And one thing that is fixed, that is certain about cyclic quadrilateral is that the sum of opposite angles, A and B are the opposite angles here. The sum of the opposite angles will be equal to the pi, which is 180 degree. This is certain about the cyclic quadrilateral. Okay. Now the question revolves around, and one thing that is certain about quadrilateral, that the sum of all four angles inside the quadrilateral will be 360 degrees. We'll discuss more about it in the geometry why 360 degrees. The question is, if A, B, C, and D are the angles of cyclic quadrilateral, and cos of A plus cos of B is equal to K into cosine of C plus cosine of D, then we need to find out what is the value of K. What we know here for sure, that the opposite angles here, let's say the quadrilateral is this, A, B, C, D. Sum of opposite angles will be equal to 180 degrees. A plus C is 180 degrees. So from here we can write angle C is 180 minus of A. Angle similarly for B and D also. So angle D can be written as 180 minus B degrees. Is this point clear? Is this point clear or not? That the angle D will be 180 minus B. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
About C and D? Okay. So let's now replace cosine C. So let's take cosine of both of these equations that we have written here. Let's take the cosine of this equation first. Cos of C is equals to cos of 180 minus A. We know cos of on 180, nothing changes. Now let's think for on 180 minus A, that means that the angle will be lying in second quadrant. So sign will change for cos because cosine is positive in the first and fourth quadrant. So here cos of C is equals to minus of cos of A. And similarly, we can write cos of D will also be equal to minus of cos of B, because cos of D can be written as cos of 180 minus B, and the same story repeats. Okay, so let's now replace them in the given equation. So now the given equation becomes, the given third equation becomes cosine of A plus cosine of B on the left hand side equals to K into minus of cosine of C is what? Cosine of C is minus of cosine of A. minus if cosine of b. Okay. Okay. Now let's take common on the right hand side, the negative sign. Now this term and this term is cancelled. K becomes minus of 1. Are there any questions? Please read the question again in the solution and try to understand how we have eliminated cosine of C and cosine of D by writing them in the terms of A and B because of the given information. Okay. Shall we proceed now?
Yes, sir.
Next question is sine of 10 degrees plus sine of 20 degrees plus sine of 30 degrees, and this karava will go on till sine of 360 degrees. We have to find out the sum of the series. If we observe keenly, the angles are having a common difference of 10, hence they are in arithmetic progression, with the first term being 10 degrees and the beta, the common difference, as also 10 degrees. The last term is 360 degrees. So this is the 36th term. This is the 36th term. If you are having difficulty in able to find out that which term is this, simply write 360 degrees as alpha plus n into beta, n minus 1. N minus 1 into beta. 360 minus alpha, which is 10 divided by 10, is equals to n minus 1. This becomes 350 divided by 10, 35 is equals to n minus 1, n becomes 36. And also by observation, we can find out the first term is 10, second term is 20, third is 30. So similarly, this should be the 36th term, which is the reality also. Okay, if that is so, now we know that the angles are following an AP here, and we know the answer for the series, the sum of the series, which is, we remember, the formula is sine of n beta by 2 divided by sine of beta by 2 multiplied with the sine or cos of the respective series, which is sine here, sine of alpha plus n minus 1 into beta divided by 2. This was the formula. Let's apply the same. Sine of n is 36. Beta is 10 divided by 2. divided by sine of beta by 2. Beta is 10, basically 5 degrees, to sine alpha, which is 10, plus n minus 1, which is 35, divided by 2 into 10. Beta is 10. Let's now solve the formula. So 2 divided by 36 becomes 180. This becomes 18 into 10, sine of 180 degrees, divided by sine of 5 degrees. Cool. Into sine of what? 2 cancels 10 by 5. This becomes 35 into 5, which is actually 175. 175 plus 10 sine of 185 degrees. That is our answer. How? We don't know the value of sine of 5 degrees and sine of 185 degrees. I'll say chill, because we know the value of sine 180 degrees, which is what? Which is 0 degrees. Sorry, not degrees, not in degrees, sorry. Sine of 180 degrees is equal to 0. And if 0 is getting multiplied with anything finite, or getting divided by anything finite, then the answer will be 0 only. That is our answer. We do not have to care about the value of 5 degrees and 185 degrees, because 0 is getting multiplied. And we know for sure that sine of 5 degrees is something finite. This is an important question and an important application and example of the formula that we have discussed earlier. Please reread it again. If there are any questions or doubts, ask me. Are there any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, then let's take a break for 3 minutes till 9:28. You can have water. Is everyone ready? Hello, is everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. And there are no like no concepts left in this chapter. We are done with the theory. We'll discuss some questions and then the previous year questions. Let's first now discuss some questions uh to define and to be well aware with the formulas. Let's now discuss some easy examples. We'll discuss previous year questions after this. So let me look for some important examples. Otherwise, we can move with the previous year question. Important examples only. Tan of pi by 20 into tan of 2 pi by 20. Not 2 pi, 3 pi into tan of 5 pi by 20 into tan of 7 pi by 20 into tan of 9 pi by 20. You have to find out the answer for the product. So here we can observe here that pi by 20 is what? Pi by 20 is 180 by 20, which is 9 degrees. This is 9 degrees. This is what? 9 into 3, 27 degrees. 9 into 5, 45 degrees. This is what? 9 into 4. Sorry. 9 into 7. 9 into 7, 63 degrees. This is what? 9 into 9, 81 degrees. We know sum of 9 and 81 is 90. 27 and 63 is 90. So the product of tan of 9 degrees, the product of tan of 9 degrees and tan of 81 degrees is 1. Okay, cancelled. This is cancelled somewhat. Tan of 27 degrees into tan of 63 degrees, the product is 1. Cancelled. What is left? Tan of 45 degrees, which is also 1. So the answer, final answer is 1. Let me write the solution properly. Tan of 9 into tan of 27 into tan of 45 degrees, which is 1. Tan of 63, tan of 81. Tan of 9 and tan of 81 is 1 into tan of 27 into 63 is 1. Tan of 45 degrees 1. Answer is 1. Is this question clear? This is very easy. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Not much days are left here in NDA. Give due attention in class.
No, couldn't hear you, sir.
I was saying ki not much days are left for the NDA exam. Please give due attention in the class.
Yes, sir.
That was cable for Guru Charan Rishi. If you say that, sir, I'm in the class 11th only. So next question is sine square of 5 plus sine square of 10 degrees, sine square of 15 degrees, plus till sine square of 90 degrees. Before the sine square of 90 degree, what will come? Sine square of 85 degrees. So we have to find out the sum of this series. We are aware about one thing, which is that sine square of theta plus cos square of theta is equals to 1. Okay. Here, from here only, we know that cos theta is equal to sine of 90 minus theta. Right. So let's now substitute the value of cos theta in the identity. So instead of cos theta, we can write sine square of 90 minus theta. Should be also 1, na? Right. So sine 5 and 85 is 90. Sine square of theta plus sine square of 90 minus 5, which is like, let's say theta is 5 degrees. And this is 90 minus theta, which is 90 minus 5, which is 85 degrees, right? Sine square of theta plus sine square of 95 is 1. So this will pair with this to make 1. So 5 will pair with 85. So this is 1. This is giving us as 1 plus another pair of 10 and 80 is also available here. 10 and the term before the 85 will pair, will give us another 1. And 15 and 75 will also give us another 1. Similarly, we'll have pairs before this, the middle point will be this 45. 45 will not get pair with any other because 45 plus 45 is 90 and there is only a single term having this angle 45. So before 45, the term will be 40, sine square of 40. That will be getting paired. Okay. So from 5 to 40, these terms are getting paired. How many total terms are these? These are 8 terms. So one will get repeated this time, this like this will for 8 times plus sine square of 45, which could not pair with any other term. So 1 plus 1, 8 times, it means 1 into 8, 8 plus sine square of 45. Sine square of 45. Sine 45 degrees is 1 by root 2. It's square. So 8 plus half, which is 8.5, which is 17 by 2, which is our answer. Any doubts? One more thing to notice here is that we have considered all the that 85 will act as the midpoint and the starting and the final point is 5 and 85 here. What will be happening with 90? So plus sine square of 90 should also be, we should also consider about that. Sine of 90 is 1. So 1 square plus 1 plus 1 once again plus 1. Now 17 plus 2 divided by 2, 19 by 2 should be our answer. I hope that is clear that how 45 is acting as midpoint. See, let me explain here in the fresh page. All the terms like 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 4, sorry, After 30 comes 35 and then 40. 45 comes 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and then 90. See, pairs. 5 will get paired with 85. 10 will get paired with 80. 15 plus 75 is 90. 25 plus uh, sorry. We have missed one more figure here. After 15 comes 20. Here 20 will get paired with 70. 25 will get paired with 65. 30 will get paired with 60. 35 will get paired with 55. 45. 35 will get paired with 65. And 40 will get paired with 50. What is left? 45 degrees is left, 90 degrees left. Sine square of 45 plus sine square of 90. Now, how many pairs are here? 5. So all of these terms from 5 to 40 are making pairs. How many total terms are these? If the 5 is first term, so the 40 will be 8th term. So 8 ones, basically. 8 times. This is how our answer is found out. I hope everything is clear now. Is that so? Are there any questions? No doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So now it's time for discussing some important strategies which we can use while solving trigonometric questions. And these are really important strategy which is often used in graduate level mathematics. Actually, I should say arithmetics. But sometimes it also help in advanced mathematics question in NDA, where we can assume some given variables, because variables are like variables. They can assume any value for them. So we will assume some particular trigonometric values, degrees, as per our convenience to solve the question faster. So let's take an example for such a question. Here the question is sine of x plus y is divided by sine of x minus of y, which is given as equal to a plus b divided by a minus of b. We have to find out tan of x divided by tan of y. The options are given in the question. This is most probably a previous year question. A by 2b. These are the options. Now here, one thing is clear to us, that x and y are some angles. Okay, x and y are some angles. And a and b will be some real values. Okay, so what if we consider x and y some angles such that we will be knowing the value of we will be knowing the value of sine of x plus y and sine of x minus y. Okay, and we also should be knowing about the tan of x and tan of y. So what should we consider as x and y so that we are aware about the trigonometric ratios of x and y and also of x plus y and x minus y. So there are some options, of course. So 60 plus 60 30 or 45 15 or 13 15. There are multiple options. Let's take the most convenient one, 60 and 30. Let's assume x as 60 degrees, y as 30 degrees. So sine of x plus y, sine of 90 degree, divided by sine of, this is our assumption, sine of x minus y, that is 60 minus 30, which is 30 degrees again, given as a plus b, that is, we are not assuming the value of a and b. Why? Because this is a given equation having four variables. If we assume only two variables, then we'll have the relationship between the remaining two variables, which can be of some use. Okay, sine of 90 degrees is 1, sine of 30 degrees is 1 by 2, which is equal to a plus b divided by a minus of b. Great. So this comes out as 2 is equals to a plus b divided by a minus b. Okay, this is what we found it out. Let's call it as equation number 2. Let's now find it out for tan of x minus tan of y. X is what? 60 degrees divided by tan of y. Y is 30 degrees. Tan of 60, this is what we need to find out. Tan of 60 is what? Root of 3. Tan of 30 is what? 1 by root 3. So the question mark that we need to find out is 3. But we cannot mark the answer. Why? Because the answer is in terms of a and b. So we need to find out the value of a and b to find out the question mark to represent 3 in the terms of a and b. So from here, we can apply some theorem. Not actually theorem, we know the component and dividend rule, which says that if a by b is given as c by d, then we can write it as a plus b divided by a minus b is equals to c plus d divided by c minus d. We'll apply the same concept here. We'll apply same concept here of component and dividend rule. Okay, so 2 by 1 is given. So 2 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 is equals to a plus b plus a minus of b, which is the denominator, divided by a plus b minus a minus of b, minus minus plus. So plus b minus b cancels, plus a minus a cancels, 2 plus 1 becomes 3, 2 minus 1 becomes 1. So 2a divided by 2b, 2 cancels each other. From here, we can assume that a by b is 3. And 3 is exactly what is our question mark. So we can replace the 3 by with our question mark. So a by b is what? We need to find it out, which is option number A becomes our right answer. Now, in this question, our assumption made us able and capable of eliminating all other options. Why? Because option number B will be B by A, and which is B by A will be 1 by A by B. So this is 1 by 3. C option is 2 by 3. D option is 1 by 6. A option is 1. A option is 3. So we could eliminate all other options safely. That's why with 100% confidence, we can mark the first option. This will happen most of the times if you have assumed your variables correctly. Sometimes it may happen that those two options after solving like here a by b and b by a, after substituting the value of a and b, two options may have same value. In that case, your assumption method fails for particular assumption that you have made. Now you have to reassume the values so that the manifestation of all the options come as different, so that we can segregate between correct and wrong option. This will be clear when we will be solving more questions ahead. Okay, so let's not wait. Solve the other question. First, before going ahead, what we did in earlier question is assumption method. You can assume pair of angles x, y, and x plus y and x minus y is mostly in use. So you can use 30-degree and 60-degree. I should write 60-degree and 30-degree. X need to be greater, 60 and 30 degrees. Or you may also use 45 degrees and 15 degrees. Or you may also use 45 degrees and 30 degrees. Or what else you can use is 60 degrees and 15 degrees, or 16 degrees and 45 degrees. Like, basically my point is that you must be knowing about the x and y's trigonometric ratio. We know about 15 also, and you should know the sum also. Like here 90, the difference is 30, sum is 60, difference is 30, sum is 75, difference is 15. We are also aware about 75 values. If you ask how so, we have only discussed about 15 degrees, 36 degrees, and what was there? Sorry. 15 degrees, 18 degrees, 15 degrees, 18 degrees, and 36 degrees. Sine, cos, 10. Root of 5 plus 1 divided by 4, if I am able to recollect correctly. Not plus, always minus with sign. Square root of 10 divided by 5 root 2 divided by 4. 10 plus 5 root 2 divided by 4, square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 4, and simply basically the division of sine and cos. Not actually important, that's why. Now the question will be arise that we are only aware about 15, 18. How about 75? Because 75 can be written as 90 minus 15. And here we are aware about 15 degrees. So we'll be able to find out the respective trigonometric ratio for 75 also. 60 plus 15, again 75, 60 minus 15, 45. 60 plus 45, 105 degrees. And 60 minus 45, 15 degrees. 105 is basically 90 plus 15. We are also aware about 15. So 90 plus 15 will also not be much of a problem. So this is how we can use assumption form method. And these are some pairs which we can use. Now you don't have to memorize, you don't have to cram all of these. Just remember that 60-30 can be used, 45-15 can be used, these can be used. Clear? Any doubts? Any?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So there's one more, there are few more important examples. Let's discuss them. The time is running, so let's do it fastly. Next question is tan of a plus b is given as m. Tan of a minus b is given as n. We have to find out tan of 2a. Are very easy. We are aware of this earlier also. 2a can be written as a plus b plus a minus of b. Yes. So we have to find out. So tan of 2a can be written as tan of a plus b plus a minus b. Let's call it as x. Let's call it as y. This is x. This is y. So tan of x plus y can be written as tan of x plus tan of y divided by 1 minus tan of x into tan of y. Tan of x is given as m minus tan of y divided by 1 plus here m into n. So the answer is m plus n divided by 1 minus of m. Here we could also have assumed some values of a and b, and we could also have used that method. But using this method also, we are able to find out fastly in a fast method, because we knew that 2a can be broken as and can be written as the sum of a plus b and a minus b. Clear? Okay, let's now move ahead fastly to the next question. I have one more important question to share. If tan of alpha plus beta is given as n into tan of alpha minus beta, then we have to find out sine of 2 alpha divided by sine of 2 beta. So basically, first if we can find out the value of alpha and beta, that will be good for us. And the options are n plus 1, n minus 1. B option is n minus 1 upon n plus 1. C option is n minus 2 upon n plus 2. Or D option is just the inverse of C option. So, okay, let's find out. Given. So let's assume the value of alpha and beta, so that we can find out the value of n. Assuming alpha as uh, as 45 degrees, beta as 15 degrees. Tan of alpha plus beta, which is basically 60 degrees, is equals to n into tan of alpha minus beta. 45 minus 15 degrees, that is basically 30 degrees. 45 minus 15 is 30 degrees. Tan of 60 is root 3, and tan of 30 is 1 by root 3. So if we cross multiply, n comes out as root 3 into root 3, which is 3. So n is 3 here. N is 3 here. What we need to find out? Sine of 2 alpha upon sine of 2 beta. So sine of 2 alpha is 2 into 45 degrees, that is 90 degrees. Sine of 2 beta, which is 2 into 15 degrees, which is 30 degrees. Sine of 90 is 1. Sine of 30 is 1 by 2. The answer comes out as 2. But in options, answer is given in the terms of n plus 1, n minus 1. We know the value of n. Let's solve the values of option. So option number 1 becomes 3 plus 1, 4, divided by 3 minus 1, 2, which comes out as 2. Okay. So this first option is matching, but we also have to check for other options. This is basically the inverse of the first option. So this comes out as half, which is not matching. 2 minus 2, 0 upon 0 plus 2, which is 2. So this is also 0. This is also not matching. This is the just inverse of the option C, 1 by 0, which is not defined. So this option is also eliminated. So the correct option is A. This is a previous year question. Correct option is A. Is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is there any other class after 10? Let me check. Is there any class? Can you check
I
and tell?
think it's not for us, sir, but Gaurav sir has shared some link for mathematics exams with this.
Okay. Then shall we conclude our class?